Brenda, and welcome back to Daily Dose Of. Today we are filming in a new location and I have no makeup on because it's 2 a.m. on upload day and I'm a procrastinator. As you can see from the title of the video, we're gonna see how I got my hair pink, which is an exciting color that I thought about pursuing for a while, and this was a little more pink than I was going for. In the next clip, you're gonna see a little lighter pink because I did this in 2 steps. This time I used a brand called Adore, which I've actually never tried before, but I picked it up from a store called Ricky's and it's super affordable. This was $5.99 for a bottle. First day I used number 129 in Pink Petal. Then today I used number 82 in Pink Rose. Now the reason why I did it in 2 steps was because the first day I still thought my hair was a little more blonde than I wanted it, so I bought something a little bit more purple to counteract it, which I'll explain later, and this is the end result of that. Now this is a semi-permanent hair dye, which means basically 5 to 6 shampoos. It's gonna wash out of your hair anyway, so if it's a little too vibrant, don't worry about it. A pro tip I learned from my friend Jennifer is that if you think your hair color is a little too bright, you should use Head and Shoulders shampoo because it helps strip that color a little faster. Now I think I'm going to keep this for a while and just kind of do my normal shampoo cycles and see in a few weeks what it fades to. If it goes like a weird orange again, I think I'm going to tone it then, because that's how you get rid of like the yellow brassiness, which is what my undertones were. Like I used to be blonde, which is how this happened. You can't do anything darker than blonde hair because it's not going to show up. Alright, let's hop into the video. As you can see, my hair's already dyed. Yesterday I did the first round. I used shade 192 in Petal Pink and it did most of the job, except there's still a little orange and a little blonde left, especially because my hair is long and thick, so it doesn't quite work with 1 bottle, so I picked up 2 additional bottles today. Instead, I got shade 82 in Pink Rose today because it's a little bit more on the purple side to hopefully contrast the yellow since you're looking for like opposite colors. And I wanted to eventually fade to this, but because it's a semi-permanent hair color, it's not going to last that long, and I wanted to start off a little more vibrant, so let's go to the bathroom, which is right here. Make sure you're wearing something you don't care about, especially when you're doing crazy hair colors, and I lined my whole sink with paper towels because you also don't want to dye your sink. Luna, out of the bathroom. Alright, so first I start to section off my hair. I go from the bottom layer all the way to the top, especially because I have a lot of hair, so it makes so much more sense to section it. If you have like thinner hair or less hair in general or shorter hair, you might not need a section as much, but I do. So you can see how there's still like, some of this is yellow. It's not really showing through the camera as much, but in person it looks a little bit more yellow in certain places. I started doing boxing, so I'm like, okay, I'm just kidding. Also, if you have one of those little mixing bowls and a little brush, definitely use that. I used to have one, I must have thrown it away, so I just take this, squeeze it a little bit into my palm, kind of like that, and then just start applying it to my hair. Alright, so something else I like to do is take a strand of hair, put it in your palm, take your hair dye, and then kind of squish a dollop onto the strand of hair and then rub it in like so, and then also like kind of spread it out a little bit to make sure it's actually covering each individual strand. The hair dye makes your hair have a wet texture because it's a liquid, and something that happens is your hair tends to clump together and then you're probably going to miss a lot of the strands that are within the clump, so just kind of separate it out to make sure you're really getting the color in there. Alright, I've applied one side, and as you can see, there's already a difference. This is what it was dry, and this is what it is wet with the new color. It's probably going to wash out a little lighter, but I'm trying to kind of get somewhere in between, and that's just kind of what you got to do with hair dyes. I'm done applying it to all my hair. My glove actually ripped, so I'm going to have pink hands. Now, step 2, you're going to wrap your head in plastic. Usually you'd use a disposable shower cap, which I do not own, so I'm using a C-Town grocery bag. Ta-da! Look, homemade shower cap. You're also supposed to blow dry your hair and add a little heat to it, so I'm gonna go over there and hair dry my hair and make sure the color really soaks in, and then you let it sit for like 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes or so, so I will see you guys in an hour. That brings us to the end of this video. A quick tip that I realized the difference between last night and tonight. When I used pink petal to rinse it off in the bathtub, literally didn't stain my bathtub at all. The water ran clear, maybe less than 5 minutes. But today when I was doing the pink, the pink rose one, I dyed my entire bathtub pink, and I was rinsing my hair for a long while before the water was running clear. But don't worry if you're dyeing your bathtub, because all you have to do is get some bleach, get some Lysol, pour it over the stains, wait 5, 10, 15 minutes. Most of it will rinse away on its own. Get some paper towels, wipe the rest away, and your bathtub is good as new. So it's not a permanent damage, and don't be worried if your bathtub is pink, purple, blue, green, whatever color you decide to do. It's not permanent. Don't worry. Hey, that is it for this week's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the family, and yes, Victor Malaysia, I'm gonna keep calling it family until I think of something better. But anyways, I will see you guys next Wednesday for another episode. Bye bye bye.